Well, hello, Cheris. Welcome to my channel.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much for agreeing to come on and chat it up with me. I'll just say a really little bit about my channel. It's just about transformation, and essentially the motivation behind that has been kind of my life, what it was like, what happened, and what it's like now, which has been a radical transformation. I know you know a little bit about my story, but um, we all have a story to tell in life. And the other part to that is that we can all really help each other. And that, I think, is our true heart's passion. Jumping right into what it is you do. I know that you're a coach. And so I wanted to really chat it up with you about that and what that looks like in your life. But we can start with kind of having you let us know what made you want to be a coach and what that transition looked like in your life. Like, what did you do something different in your life and said, oh my God, I want to help people and this is how I want to help them? Or so let's hear it.
Yeah, so thanks again for having me on. I am a transformation coach, and yeah, so my journey started. Hmm, I don't know. I've always been on the journey to become a coach, I think. It's one of those things where I was always that person that, people would just come to and be like, "Oh, I have this problem." And I'd be like, "Okay, well, here's a solution," or, "How are you feeling about that?" Or "Let's make a change." Right? So, I was always kind of on that trajectory. And then right before COVID, I was training to be a different sort of coach. I was actually training to be a surf instructor. And, just like seeing people's expressions when they're like getting their first wave and stuff like that. But then COVID hit right after I finished my training, like literally a month after. And the world stopped. So I was selling my artwork. I'm still an artist. I've done art pretty much my whole life. I've been selling since I think 2018. And my whole industry was not available. You couldn't go out and sell your art. You couldn't, go have galleries or whatever. It's just, so I had to figure out what to do with my life.
Mhm.
And originally, I like my cousin, she was doing network marketing. So I kind of went there, and it kind of slowly brought me towards the actual coaching industry. And now I am a transformation coach.
I love that. It's so interesting to hear the journey and how it unfolds. Like you start out one way. I had no idea you were a surfing
I'm
coach.
still a surfer. I just haven't done
I
it a
had no
while because I
idea.
have
It's so different, but it's like it's so funny because it's like pointed you all, all that stuff has really been pointing you in the direction to where you landed today. And I also had no idea about all the artwork, which is pretty amazing and phenomenal. Is that some of your artwork behind you hanging on the wall?
No, that's from Greece. I got that.
Oh,
I can show you stuff later.
okay. Yeah, no, no worries. Yeah, no, that's great. So, when you say transformation, like transformation coach, what type of people will you be or do you help, and what does that look like in terms of, the actual help that you offer for them?
Yeah, so I help different ones who are feeling like they've lost their purpose. I know a lot of people can connect to that. You start out with all these big ambitions, and you come into this world, and then you get hit with the shoulds. Right? You should go to college. You should be a professional. You should. And it's all exterior. That's placed on you, right?
That's good.
So I help people break apart all of those shoulds and figure out who they are, who they want to be, right? Who they were going to be before they should have done this, should have done that.
Wow. I think that's super powerful because so many people feel lost, but fail to recognize it really starts on the inside.
Mhm.
And it's almost like that place on the inside that we're so afraid to go. And so partnering with somebody like you, for example, is such a great opportunity to really, help someone, develop in that area. Um, Forgot what I was going to ask you about that. Well, just tell us a little bit about your program, I guess, so that we can hear how it actually works. Because I know a lot of people don't understand coaching versus traditional therapy
Yeah.
and the differences. Not that there's a lot of distinct differences, but I think the benefits of coaching outweigh a lot of the benefits of therapy. So tell us a little bit about your program.
Yeah. So basically, I do one-on-one coaching right now, and I really like to center in on emotional habits and emotional habits. Sorry, emotions, limiting beliefs, and then behaviors. Right, and once you can kind of get a hold of what's going on there, I can tailor the program to the person, right? So everybody is different. Everybody's going to have, generally similar things going on, but you can't say, okay, I'm going to build a program and everybody has to fit into this box. And a lot of people do that, and it works for a lot of people. But at the same time, people have questions, people have things that they need solved in a personal way.
Hmm.
So that's what I do. When it comes to traditional therapy, it has its place in the world. And if you are suffering from some sort of psychological disorder that needs a traditional therapist, definitely go to that. And if you want a coach on top of that, by all means, get both. But I just wanted to put that out there because there is a time and a place for it. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I love that you said that because one of the things too is that you can do both. You can do both, and they can both be equally as beneficial in two different types of ways. So circling back, I remembered my question when you were talking about, kind of the conditions of our society, the ways that we're conditioned. And I know that we see how we're conditioned around education and how that's so crucial to like growing up and being somebody in this world. And then once you're quote unquote somebody, like the pressures around, just being in the workforce. So essentially we're conditioned to, we go to school to learn how to be in the workforce. And so how do you help people get, because what you'd mentioned earlier, so I'm just curious to know, like in terms of your coaching program, how do you help people like break free from that by connecting to who they are on the inside? And in terms of that, like what does that look like?
Yeah. So when people end up breaking free, they'll know what move to make.
Mm,
I am like a guide, you know. I help people go through the forest of their mind, right? I give them the tools that they need to be able to, dig a hole. It's like,
yeah.
oh, you're feeling this way, let's dig there, right? So to be able to, once they figure out what they want to do, it's about taking the action steps. And
Mm,
from there, I will be their accountability coach. You know, It's so hard. Think of January. Everybody gets on the bandwagon of, I'm going to do this. After 3 weeks, maybe if you're lucky, you get to 3 weeks on your own. Maybe you're doing it with a bunch of friends and then they all fall off by week 2 and you're left alone. You're like, well, shit, I don't want to do this by myself. That's what a coach is for. Coach is to help you like move through your shit, right?
Yeah.
Get you through those slumps, the valleys, and then help you rise, help you climb that mountain. That's why I can like compare it to a guide. When I also in a past life of this life, but a past life, I went to school for adventure tourism and was training to be like a mountain guide.
Wow.
I have many past lives in this current life.
I see that.
Yeah. But so it's just like you gotta have somebody there to help you not get lost, not help you not go off trail and get sidetracked, help reroute you if you do. And that's basically what happens in coaching of any sort, right? You're there to help guide them down the river of change.
Wow, I really love it. And I love your style. I love how you defined out your program. And I love how much hope is in what all the things that you just said, because the number one message is we don't have to be alone in this life and we don't have to do this stuff alone. And typically, we usually can't do it alone. Like what you said, if you last 3 weeks, and because everybody's been around that, resolution mountain, especially New Year's. And like, so, we've all felt the sting of that. And so, yeah, I just want to mention, so you're in Canada, is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And like your services are virtual. So you do Zoom like this, which is for your one-on-ones. Awesome. How would somebody go about getting a hold of you? Is there like an email that you want to share with us so that people that are listening can, reach out to you and ask for your services?
I have email, Facebook, and Instagram.
Okay.
My email is charis. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. wild.insightscoaching@gmail.com.
Okay, spell that out. So wild.
Wild, period. INSIGHTS coaching, COACHING. @gmail.com.
Yep. Nope.
And then my Instagram handle is wild.insights. Sorry. And then if you want to get a hold of me through Facebook, it's my first name, Charis, CHAIRIS, Camilleri, CAMILLERI. Beautiful.
And yeah, Charis is like the chair. This is great because your name was hard to pronounce. It's like Charis is like the chair, and then IS.
Yep. Like I said, and where we met, chair is here, because I'm always here when I'm saying this bad joke. It goes so well, and sometimes it's just like deadpan.
Oh my God, that is way too cute. Charis is here.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Well, I love your program and I love your style and your presence. And, I am excited for, the people that you're helping and the people that need your help. And so thank you again for getting on with me. And I just want to make sure that it's okay with you that I post this on my YouTube channel so that people can see it and reach out. And absolutely. And until we meet again.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.